find the suffix?
At the end.
At the end of words. Very good. Point to the first column in that first box. The first word is courage. What word?
What?
Courage. Courage, yep. The suffix is age, or we would say age, but when you put it with courage, it's age. Courage. Okay? The next word is tackle. The word is tackle. The suffix then would be ul. Okay? All right. Let's look at the prefixes we have learned so far. Okay? What prefix?
Miss, be, pro, un, com, dis, con, ex, per, a, pro, con.
Nice work. We're going to do the same thing with your learned suffixes.
Age, full, ist, all, or, ul, less, ul, ness, age or age, est, is.
Nice job. That was fantastic. All right. Now we're looking at circling our prefixes and suffixes. So remember, some words have no prefixes or suffixes, and some words have one or more prefixes. Oh my goodness, that's a tongue twister. Prefixes or suffixes. So when you look for suffixes, remember you're working backward from the end of the word. Okay? So let's look at this first one here. If we work backward, do you see any suffixes?
Age.
Nice work. So we would circle age, just like that. Then you're looking at the part that's not, and you have
manage.
Nice job. Okay. All right. So I want you to go through and look for your suffixes and start from the end of the word and work backward. If you need your rewards chart to help you, you can look at that.
Okay.
Let's check to see if you found all of the prefixes and suffixes. Look at the first one. You circled age. Good job. The next one, How about that prefix? And let's make sure we circle that one. Good. And then the last one, you did the LE. Excellent. So this first word would be?
Manage, entertainer, and struggle.
Fantastic. Let's look at the second line. You should have re and con, and then as the suffix. Good job. So the word is?
Reconsider.
Okay, let's look at the second word. You have less, and the word is?
Priceless.
Okay. Next, con and 8. Nice job. And the word is?
Consummate.
Okay, let's take that one. And if there's more than one syllable in between the prefix and suffix, sometimes you can find word parts. So let's underline those vowels. We'll use our reward strategy and underline those vowels right there. Good. So now let's look at what comes after con. I see a consonant, vowel, consonant. So we have a closed syllable there. So scoop that up. Short. It would be short vowel. Contam. Beautiful. So then what would your word be?
Contaminate.
Contaminate. Fantastic. And you should have miss and good job. And your word is?
Mishandle.
Okay. All right. Dis, and I noticed you found that suffix. That's correct. Do you notice anything that comes after that?
An S.
An S. That makes it plural. So you want to make sure you get that S as well. Remember when we said there could be more than one prefix or suffix. So what do we have here?
Disaster. Oh, disasters.
Nice job. Okay. Look at the next one. Re and full. Fantastic. You have?
Regretful.
Nice work. Okay. Number 4. I noticed no prefix. Good job. And?
Or.
So you have?
Governor.
Beautiful. How about this one? In the beginning, BE. Would B be one of our prefixes?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So you have?
Bemond.
Okay.
Bemond.
So remember, OA is a vowel team. That's going to say what?
O.
Yep. So now we would have be,
Moaned. Beyond.
bemoaned. All right. You've circled age or age, and then you have,
Cottage.
nice job. Okay. Next one, you've circled in, and then or, and you got the S. Good job. So we have,
Inventors.
and then,
Harvest. No. Harvest. Id.
good job, harvested. And then,
Huddle.
all right. Next one.
Magnetism.
Let's try that one again. Let's scoop it up.
Magnetism. Magnetism.
Magnetism. Very good. That's a tricky one. Magnetism. Okay. Then you have im. Do you notice any other prefixes there?
Here.
Yeah. What's that prefix?
Per.
Per. So now we have,
Imperfect.
nice. And then,
Package.
Yep.
Resemble. Damaged and comprehend.
fantastic. Great job. What I'd like you to do is go back and read those now. Now that we've used that reword strategy to find and circle your prefixes and suffixes, I want you to use, to go through and read those for me. Good. Now you're going to do it out loud, and I want you to see how many you can do in 10 seconds. Hang on one moment. My battery died. Okay, starting here, out loud, as many as you can.
Manage, entertainer, struggle, reconsider, priceless, contaminated, mishandle, disasters, regretful, governor.
Beautiful. And just put a little mark right there, because when we go back next time, we're going to see if we can beat our time. Good work. Let's look a little more closely at some of these prefixes and suffixes. Now we're going to look at the meaning of some of those prefixes today. Okay? So the first prefix you have is re. Okay? Re means again or back. So what would you guess if Mason's mother called his hair a mess and said that he needed to recomb it? What does he have to do?
He has to like do it again.
Do it again. Yeah, he needs to comb it again. Let's look at the second prefix. Okay? Remind yourself that miss means wrongly, wrong, or not. What could you guess if Samantha said she didn't say the right answer, she misspoke?
She said the answer wrong.
Exactly. She said the wrong thing. She gave the wrong answer. Third prefix. Remind yourself what im means. Not or the opposite of. So what could you guess if the inspector said the water is impure?
It's not good.
It's not good. Pure would mean very clean, right? So impure would mean not clean, right? The water is dirty. Okay, so let's look at A. Read with me. To consider again. Which prefix up top means again?
Re.
Great. So if we put re together with consider, what word have we made?
Reconsider.
Reconsider. Fantastic. Okay, so if your father came to you and he said he will think again about letting you use his tools, he is going to
reconsider.
Reconsider. He's thinking about it again. He's might change his mind. Okay? All right, look at B. Read with me. To handle wrongly, to do a poor job of managing something, such as money, an investigation, or a breakable dish. So if handle is your base here, which prefix means wrongly?
Miss.
Okay, so if we put that prefix miss together with your base handle, what word have we made?
Mishandle.
Mishandle. Fantastic. So if you broke Mom's favorite vase, she might say you did what?
Mishandled.
Mishandled it. Very good. And C, not perfect, having flaws, such as a solution to a problem when the solution is not helpful. Okay, so if perfect is your base here, which prefix means not?
Miss and im, but I would think it would be im.
I think you're right. Let's try im. Great. So what new word have you made?
Imperfect.
Imperfect. So if your plan for figuring out a math problem didn't work out, it was an imperfect plan. Okay, great job. All right, now we're going to segment our words into parts. So you're going to think about those word parts and you're going to do your very best to spell those words. Okay? All right. We have to cover up the rest of the page so you can't peek down at the bottom because sometimes they give us the answer down there at the bottom. All right, let's see. You know what? Might be easier if you cover it with this because it's a little flatter. There you go. All right, the first one. The first word is manage. What word?
Manage.
Okay, say the parts in manage with me.
Manage.
Good. Say them to yourself as you write them. Good. Manage. All right. I'm going to write manage. And if you wrote it incorrectly, we can cross it out and write it correctly. Manage. How'd you do?
Good.
Good. That looks great. Okay. The second word is mishandle. What word?
Mishandle.
Good. Put your fist in the air. Let's say the parts together. Mishandle.
Mishandle.
Mishandle. Good. All right. You are on fire today. Look at you. All right. Mishandle. Ready? Mishandle. Dull. Good. What was your suffix there?
Oh. No, miss.
No, you got it. Suffix dull.
Oh.
Good job. And your prefix was?
Miss.
Miss. Very good. Mishandle. You did that fantastically. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Number 3. The word is reconsider. What word?
Reconsider.
Okay, let's say those parts together.
Reconsider. Reconsider.
How many parts?
4.
Good. Say those parts to yourself as you write. Okay. Reconsider. Fantastic. And then the last one. The word is contaminate. What word?
Contaminate.
Great. Say those word parts with me. Contaminate.
Contaminate.
Contaminate. Okay, let's look at contaminate one more time. What was your prefix there?
Calm.
Okay, listen again as I say the word contaminate. Great. All right, I have another challenge for you. Look at that middle syllable there. The second syllable in contaminate was tam. Great job. Contaminate. You did such a good job with that today. Good job, Hannah. All right. So now we're going to, of course, you know some of those words here are going to be down here because that's some of your new vocabulary today. So let's look at contaminated. Read the explanation with me. If something becomes contaminated by dirt, chemicals, or radiation, it becomes impure or harmful. We talked about impure, right? We said if something is impure, it is what?
Well, not clean, it's like dirty.
Yeah, exactly. So if the water or something becomes contaminated, you know then it is
Dirty.
dirty, right? A synonym for that would be polluted. But the antonym would be pure, right? And we see pure in impure, right? Contaminated. Good job. All right. So how can air and water become contaminated?
The water, some like dirt could like go into the water, and like the air could like pick up some like small little dirt to make it like dirty.
Sure, if there were a storm or something and it kicked up some dirt and debris and then that went into the water would be impure or contaminated. Very good. All right. How would air become contaminated?
It would become dirty by
Let me give you an example. Sometimes when I drive into the city, I see big factories. And when I see those factories, there's smoke coming out of the factories. Black clouds, like it's coming up out of the factories. Do you think that makes the air impure or contaminated?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is something else that might make air contaminated?
Like, probably rain, because like one drop has like a lot of germs.
Okay, yeah, maybe it has some acid in it, the rain. Okay, that's a good example. All right, good. Let's look at our second word here. Comprehend. If you cannot comprehend something, you cannot understand it. So a synonym for comprehend would be understand. Comprehend, right? So Madison comprehends what she reads. She comprehends the ideas presented and the meanings of the words. Comprehend. Okay? So what are some things that you have to comprehend or understand when you're in school?
Like understand like how to do like a problem, or understand how to like do a like essay.
Exactly. In school, I have to comprehend what the teacher tells me so that I understand, right? Can you use comprehend in a sentence?
Yeah. I comprehend a essay.
Okay, sure. I comprehend an essay. Maybe you read back your essay to yourself to be sure that it makes sense, and then make sure that you understand it, or there's understanding in what you've written. Good idea. Okay, now let's look at a review of our words here, okay? These are words we've learned already. So I'm going to tell you about a word I'm thinking about. Let's look at these 4 words first. The first is astonishes, very good.
Regret. Personal.
And
external.
Let's try that one again. External. Very good. Okay, so now I'm thinking of a word, and you're going to tell me which one I'm thinking of. Something surprises you.
Astonishes.
Yes, you're right. Okay, the next word I'm thinking of means it belongs to you.
Personal.
Fantastic. Okay, this next word means happening outside a house. External, good. And the last one, which of course, process of elimination, right? You feel disappointed that you chose the black helmet instead of the red one. Good job. All right, that's great. You did such a nice job today, Hannah. Thank you so much. All right, you are all done, girlfriend. You are a terrific actress.